talk about what we have lived through and with in our lives. These aren't stories. I've always resented, that, oh, we just have stories. Let me just tell you all that. Like,
Chris, I don't think they're just stories. I'm just saying the average listener will consider them
tell
to
me off.
be
I
just
can't even
stories.
respond. You can't even respond. Let me respond. Yeah, well, it's a foolish thing to do because we don't have stories. We have a, two lifetimes of experience dealing with mind control, hive-minded alien beings who are invading this fucking planet and taking everything they want and treating the human race as if they were livestock, as if they were just another resource. These beings treat human beings without any regard. They don't think we have all, they're not coming here to raise your intellect or your credit rating or your consciousness. The first thing aliens do when they get near to you is lower your consciousness. All right? They turn you into puppets. They don't think you, like we think our dogs should live a good life and have hobbies and games and play fun and be happy. These beings take over your mind and use that control to march you into their ships so they can take you back and do whatever the fuck they want to you. Surgeries, forced reproduction. That's what's going on. Somebody just left, but I don't care who. That's what I am going to say to them. These are the facts of the situation. I am not only an eyewitness, I was an active participant. I'm not a victim. I'm a fighter. And this is
Chris,
what
but
we've been
you're still
fighting against. No, cut
you're
me
treating
off.
me as though I don't believe you.
No, I'm not. I'm responding to your foolish notion that I should get on Chris Ramsey's show and say, please forgive us. Please believe us. We just have stories. We don't have fucking stories. Any more than a guy who fought his way through Fallujah comes back with stories. He comes back with chilling accounts of life and death struggles against an enemy and
That's the point, though,
survival.
Chris. Like, do you think
Mid
anyone
sentence,
who
right
hears
there
the
in mid
story of someone
sentence.
from Fallujah actually believes their story? No, I mean they believe it, right? But they can't experience it. They
What?
weren't in Fallujah. They don't know what that felt like.
You know what? If you keep interrupting me in mid sentence, I am going to mute you the way you mute me in your spaces. So show a little respect and get a little respect.
I'm just trying to get to the point, but
What
go
is your
ahead.
point?
My point is that it's I believe you. It's that's not the
Will you please stop
I'm
saying
trying
that? You
to
believing us is completely irrelevant.
okay, so whatever. We'll skip. I'm just saying like I'm not trying to minimize your experience, what you went through, what Sean went through. I'm not. I really am not. I'm just
You
saying that
you
like you
couldn't.
can say it as feverishly as you want, but like without without evidence, there reaches a point where the hubris does become a little people their eyes will glaze over because they're like, okay, well, none of this is proven. We don't know that it actually happened, right? Even though it's you and your brother and your mom and your dad and your brother's a cop and people think that means something, which it does to some extent. I'm just saying that like I think it's
Oh,
credible, but
you
I'm a
do,
guy who believes
but
in
the other
UFO. I've
people
had my
won't.
own experiences. I'm just saying the average person hasn't had experiences, and so I'm not saying to temper down your message. I'm trying to get you
Dude,
to, if you can just offer a caveat, not an apology, but just a caveat and acknowledge where look, I'm just,
I'll let you speak again in a minute. I had to mute you. The hubris I hear is from you, who is telling us that, oh, your approach with your hubris, it won't work because I know better. Which of us is actually rocketing to the fucking top of this entire UFO circus, getting on, invited across the country onto the most prestigious, highest viewed podcasts there are? We've
do you think that's relevant though? Like, does that matter really? Who's more popular?
Okay, I had to remove you from speaker. Don't interrupt me again. You can't. If you do, I'll fucking block you like I did before, because I don't need your shit. There's a difference, and you just pulled this out of your ass before. First, you say, "Oh, these people don't believe it," well, and I say, "Well, we're getting on the most prestigious programs to get our viewpoint out," and you go, "Well, it's just being popular. Does being popular make you right?" These things are vehicles for information to be put out there. The fact that we're now going on shows with 1 million viewers, with 2 million viewers, with 5 million subscribers, you bet your fucking ass it matters. And we did not get these invitations. First of all, they're ones we didn't seek out. These people contacted us, and we didn't get them by listening to you telling us we have to say, "Oh, we don't have any evidence." We do have fucking evidence. We have two people's eyewitness testimony. We have witnesses to several of these abduction occurrences that are not family members, even. And eyewitness testimony puts people in the electric chair far more than forensic evidence or um, uh, trace evidence ever did or ever will. Because we realize in this planet that if people witness things and experience things, that is, it's called testimony. It's not called anecdotes. It's not called stories. It's called fucking testimony. And my brother, by the way, being a police officer, is treated in court as an expert witness in every court proceeding he's been in because of the things that are required to be an active duty police officer. And that includes training and observation, attention to detail. It requires mental health screenings. It requires drug and alcohol screenings. So yeah, listening to you would have gotten us nowhere. Your This advice you're dishing out is absurd. And why don't you read our comments on our last 3 or 4 podcasts? There was a comment today on one of the Through a Glass Darkly, and somebody I don't know, never heard of, said that these brothers, are the two greatest experts or something ever on this subject. They bring details. They bring um, testimony without fearless testimony, and plenty of it. And we get those every day now, and I love it because you know what? Every one of those balances out the bullshit attack you have of accusing us of hubris. It's not hubris to state what happened to you. If Anne Frank had survived the war, told her story, would you call her just a bunch of hubris? Hubris means false pride, and there's nothing false in what we're saying, and there's nothing prideful in what we're saying. Okay? These are the facts of our lives, and people recognize that. Not everybody, we'll get comments from Christian nuts who are mad that we don't call out to Magic Jesus. But for the most part, people are not having a problem understanding that we're serious, that we're telling the truth about our lives, and we tell it very well. So, man, I get it. You like to play games, but there's a reason we're working with, John Blitch. Okay? That's about as if you God damn it, I will throw you out if you interrupt me again. Now, if you want to say something, go right ahead.
I just need you to know that I'm not accusing you of anything.
You
I
did.
believe
You
you're. I
accused
don't.
you accused us of hubris. You didn't accuse it. You stated it frankly that our hubris is going to turn people off who don't know anything.
Right.
So
So,
yes, you are
Chris,
accusing us of things.
Can I just go for a minute without being interrupted?
Depends on what you're gonna say. I will give you a chance to talk, but if
I,
you're
I,
looking
I
for
guess
trouble,
okay, so I'll just preface it with I'm trying to help you sell more books.